All right, first thing is I'm going to toast my nuts, and hopefully I'm not going to burn my nuts. So Ann, Deb's not here today. You've got Ann in the house. Jocelyn, do not let me forget to keep an eye on the nuts. Keep an eye on the nuts. Okay, so we've got about a quarter cup, and I'm using pecans. I think pecan, whatever, tomato, really work nice with this recipe. You could certainly use walnuts or almonds would be great. Almonds would have been really good. But I just want to lightly toast them. How do you toast nuts? I get questions about this all the time. There's two ways you can do it. You can do them in the oven, just on a cookie sheet, just for about well, that's the problem. Every oven's different. You know, my problem with toasting them in the oven is they burn, usually in the oven. I walk away, I forget them. But I'm doing them just in a dry skillet, a non-stick skillet, back and forth, couple of minutes, and it just brings them back to life. Something about it. Okay, the hardest part about making chicken salad, especially in the summer, is cooking the chicken. So otherwise, it's so simple. We just don't get in the hang of doing it, and it's hassle. So here's how I do it. Sunday, you know me, it's my big cooking night or cooking day on Sunday. So, you know, if I'm going to be cooking a chicken casserole and maybe chicken enchiladas, I will bake up a bunch of chicken breasts, then I've got them for the whole week. So how do I do my chicken? I line up my boneless, skinless chicken breasts on a large sheet of foil. Heavy-duty foil is my foil of choice. I season them real well with garlic, salt, and pepper. You know me, I love my garlic salt. Drizzle with a little olive oil, or you could do butter. Bake them in this foil pouch at 350, and again, depending on how many chicken breasts you're doing, this recipe calls for 4, but again, on a Sunday, if I'm, you know, I may do 12, 15 chicken breasts. So, you know, bake time anywhere from, I bake them in the oven on a cookie sheet in this foil pouch, no muss, no fuss, really great flavor. I think way better than poaching the chicken. You get some more flavor in there. Anyway, we're talking about 45 minutes to an hour and a half. You're not going to overcook it. It keeps it nice and moist, and it's just yummy. You know, I don't have time to be chopping this up. It's summer. I'm not a real gadget person. This is one I happen to love as my food processor. So I'm just going to throw my boneless, skinless chicken breasts in here. It is best to shred these chicken breasts when they're a little bit warm. They shred a little easier, but if you don't get a chance... Oh, my nuts, you guys! Man! Whew! I think they're okay. All right. Anyway, love my food processor, especially in the summer. I make a lot of chicken salad, and it really just makes life really easy. But of course, you can do this by hand. It's that quick. I think that's about most of it. If I have to chop a little bit, no biggie. Got a couple of big pieces in there. Then we'll do this one more time. I kind of like, instead of having big chunks, I actually like my chicken. We're going to make wraps, by the way, with this. But this chicken salad, you know, any kind of bread works great. But going in a wrap, you know, I don't want big pieces. So if it's a little bit, you know, if it's really chopped up, that's fine. Just got a couple of big ones in there. All right, should be golden here. So again, 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. This is one of those things where if you've got a big batch, it's all good. You will eat it. My husband, this is his favorite. He's just a huge chicken salad nut. So remind me to bring him a little bit before the crew gets at this, or else I'm going to be in trouble. Have the ladies over, book club, luncheon, put this on some mini bagels or mini croissants. Be fabulous. Okay, chicken done. I've got some 3 tablespoons finely diced red onion. You can do yellow onion too, but real little pieces. We don't want any big chunks of onion. Just want to give that nice mild onion flavor. Celery, it's summer. I love celery. I'm a huge celery person. And sometimes I think that that's what goes wrong in some chicken salad recipes is there's not enough crunch. So I like to use, how many stalks do we use? 4 or 5. I love to buy the hearts of celery too. I don't know. Who measures? But a good, I've got 2 handfuls basically. We're almost there. I know I get to talking about Door County, and we've got a jam-packed show with so many great things to show you that I got to move this along. Here we go with the cherries. I love to pick up the cherries at the farm stand. Also, you can get them right here at the grocery store. Some great Door County dried cherries. Recipe calls for half a cup. You can go heavy on those. Mayonnaise. Recipe calls for 2/3 to a cup. So we always start out with any kind of salad type of recipe, tuna salad, egg salad. We start out, and when we see kind of how we go here, you can always add more. So start out with maybe about 2/3, and I can tell we're going to need some more. I want this to be nice and creamy. You make this salad, it's going to keep in your fridge for about 2 to 3 days. It'll get gobbled right up. Maybe 4 days, but I wouldn't push it. Season it up. Lots of black pepper, a little bit of garlic salt, and again, we're going to do wraps. Wraps are great. Wraps are fabulous in the summer. The difference between wraps and a lot of breads is they don't sog out. They're also great to eat. Wrap them tight with foil, and they're not so messy. They don't fall apart, and they're just yummy. So this looks perfect. Best to make this the day ahead. Really get the flavors together. So make it or the morning of, but the day before, even better, get it out of the way, especially if you're having people over for this, and cover it real well, keep it in the fridge. And then check it, and the nuts. Oh, how can I forget the nuts? These are our pecans. Yum, just for a little crunch. You could certainly leave the nuts out. Check for mayonnaise dryness, I should say. If you're making it the day before, next morning when you're going to use it, take a taste, see if it's a little dry. That mayonnaise tends to sometimes, go away, I should say, and add a little more if you need it. Okay, found these are really nice olive oil wraps, all sorts of healthy, wonderful wraps. I like to put a little lettuce in my wrap. I'm going to use spring mix just because it's pretty. You could certainly use romaine or leaf lettuce. Use my handy scoop. And let's wrap and roll.